Welcome to Instant Discussions, episode 50.
Yay!
Yeah, 50. That's right. 50, not 51. That would be why would we do a big special episode on episode 51? This is where we discuss the last 50 episodes. Yes, 49 episodes.
That's what. No.
Of Instant Discussions. All the 2012 stuff. Happy end of the year. Yay!
2012.
Yeah, 2013. Whatever. I don't know what year it is. Because
Hey,
it's
that
20...
shows dedication. 50?
Yeah, that's...
Actually, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't do it if...
In like hindsight,
oh, wait.
I was like looking back on all the films, I'm like, oh man, we've seen a lot of shit. Like,
We have.
Yeah.
It's a lot of movies. Yeah, it's a movie a week. There's some good stuff in there. There's some bad stuff in there.
I mean, after next week's it'll be 50, and that's like 100 hours.
Yeah. So thank you,
Roughly.
thank you for watching any of our episodes.
Yeah.
If you're watching this one, hopefully you've seen some of them because we're discussing the show on this one, not discussing any movies. So if you just want to hear us talk about movies for the first time, then watch any of our other episodes. But we'll talk now about what we've talked about. So yes,
And then maybe we'll talk about what we've talked about and are talking about in.
yes.
We will never do that.
No.
Never.
So in these 50 episodes here,
Sorry.
quite a lot of these ones. So what should we talk about first?
Well, I
James?
remember you thought it'd be a good idea to discuss like what our favorites were. And
Yeah. So what's some big surprises that you hadn't seen before? So not ones that you picked, but from the ones that other people picked. What's been your favorite? Of all?
My favorite was definitely Old Boy.
That one was great.
From one that I've like never seen and never even heard about.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
And that was our second episode. That was one that Steffan picked. And I remember I had heard about that one before and been wanting to watch it. And that happened a few times where one of you would pick something that's been on my queue for a long time. And there's just so many things on Netflix, you don't have the time. So when you schedule things to watch, that I really like that about this. But yeah, Old Boy, I loved it so much. And
that was my first pick.
Yeah. have you seen the remake?
I haven't seen it. Is it out?
Yeah, it came out.
I haven't seen it yet either.
I doubt it did very well at all, but I think it was an interesting adaptation of it. It was nice to see an English version of it. In trying to recreate that single shot.
Did they try to recreate a single shot?
Yeah, they tried to recreate that, and it did not play as well. You can't, because that's lightning in a bottle. You cannot recapture that. But it's such a great story. I think there's a lot of audiences that find it harder to get into foreign cinemas,
particularly like in subject matter they can't digest it really. So.
Yeah, so it's interesting seeing that adapted and get
for
an
like
English
American audiences. Yeah.
And I think the acting though was really good in it. Josh Brolin was great. Samuel L. Jackson was really cool to see him in it, and Elizabeth Olsen was really good in it too. Yeah, she's definitely.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. You know, it's not like Old Boy 2 where you're not going to get like the same feeling from it, but it's interesting to see an adaptation. So that was a great surprise for that. I don't know, that might have to be my favorite of all of these too. I was going to. I mean, also, I really like Mary and Max. That was a great one. A lot of these first ones, they were kind of the best ones. But I mean, that was such a great surprise, Mary and Max. That's at least one that I can always recommend to someone else, and especially to such a wider audience. Because Old Boy, it's tougher to recommend that to everyone and friends and family, because you don't want to. It's a little more sensitive one. You have to know that someone's going to handle that. Yeah. To watch it.
It got one of that got some of our highest views too, Mary Max.
Oh yeah. That one currently, as of the end of the year, 143 views.
Oh wow.
That's so popular.
Yeah, it's just one higher than Clean Fix. But that was popular compared to Old Boy at 24. Oh. So I mean, I think more people are into watching Mary and Max than something like Old Boy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, how about you? What was your favorite one that you hadn't?
My favorite one that I hadn't seen before. I have a few marked on here that I was kind of like running through when I was like kind of reading through my list too, and I was like, okay, what the heck is it? You know, which ones are good? And I was like, okay, these I like this, I like this, I like this, and then but ultimately, I think at the end of the day, I landed on my favorite being my favorite that I hadn't seen before being Man on the Moon.
Oh, I really like that one, but I picked that one.
Mary
Well,
Max was
everybody-
very close.
I thought everybody had seen that movie though. Man on the Moon.
I guess not. Yeah, we've seen it, of course.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't see it. I didn't, and Mary Max was a very close second for that. I believe was my second choice.
It kind of Mary Max has that surprise in there of, oh, that was Philip Seymour Hoffman in it.
Yeah.
In the same way, Man on the Moon, you don't realize that the entire time, you're watching Jim Belushi as Andy Kaufman, and it's just like, what? And you get at the end credits there. So,
Jim Belushi.
yep. You never know that he's capable of that.
It's very talented.
Talented Jim Belushi.
And then I was looking this up. I'm seeing Trailer Park Boys as having the most views.
It looks like
That
it.
is true.
Yeah, we
That is
mentioned
true.
124 for Marion Max,
Our most
123 for the other
popular
ones.
episodes is Trailer Park
Now,
Boys.
I mean, we don't have as many views as
That
most YouTube things out there,
If
but
you've seen that episode, which apparently that you should at this point if you're watching.
Yeah,
this,
it's
probably,
two-
you've probably seen that episode.
I recommended by the way.
yeah, 223 views for that one. That's, yeah.
And didn't you say it shows like
We
they're
were
from
talking
Canada, too?
so much.
Oh yeah, there's views from
We
Canada.
made so many jokes about that movie, and then it was the
And about
most
Canada in
popular
general.
movie, and then it was the top grossing in Canada, and it's
So
so,
that's
great.
definitely one of
It's
our
so
most popular. Now,
awful that it's great.
yeah, it was
Oh
an interesting
my God.
discussion from that. So that's a good segue into what was your worst film? What was the worst pick?
Oh god.
I mean, I can already guess his.
I think you can
Yours
guess mine.
is kind of a tie
I
between
think I
the two
can
of
guess
them.
his.
I don't know. There's a few different ones.
There's two of them
Yeah,
that got a 1 star from him.
yeah,
I only give one star. It should be very obvious what mine is.
yeah. Obviously,
It's not the In-Betweeners.
you
That's
hated
for sure.
you hated Clueless, but other than Clueless, what was your least favorite one?
Fucking In-Betweeners.
Just-
goddammit, like,
In-Betweeners,
That
which
was
has
so
become the
awful.
standard for a terrible pick.
What?
That's what he's, as in Steffan's mind at least. That's like the shorthand for.
How many views
a-
did that
a
one
terrible-
But it's not even anything against like the BBC. I like that
No,
show.
BBC
I've
does
seen
great
other
stuff.
shows with their
It's-
stuff. Like we did Sherlock, I liked it, and we did.
Not every BBC thing is amazing. It's just like how not every American show is.
I liked couplings when I was younger.
I think
Coupling.
that one is a good example to show because there are some people that think, oh, British television is so much better than American television, and that's partially because we get BBC America over here. We get the best of what they have, and the stuff that they show over here is the best stuff from BBC. They don't show all the other hours of stuff that you get there. So we get the Monty
Oh,
Python
dude,
and
I don't
Doctor
even-
Who and Sherlock and all of that. So you get the really good stuff.
Did Sherlock show
on BBC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the whatever it is BBC America?
Yeah, Sherlock was on BBC America. There's more episodes to it, and I recommend them. They're really good. It's coming back. I'm excited. But those are what we get their best stuff over here. And the same way, a lot of the stuff that we import out to other countries are our best shows, or at least our highest rated shows. So you get some bad shows over there, but they get to see The Simpsons and Seinfeld and all that. They don't see
Family Guy.
the worst stuff on there that gets canceled. You can get some of that now with cable being shown elsewhere.
I actually
but-
think I know what your worst one is.
I think so, and it's not that it's the worst film on here. I mean, it's just
Actually, I think
the one that
I
just wasn't
realized
for
what it
me
is.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you think that would be then?
33.
33. Yeah. Trigun, and it's not because it's terrible. It's just not my.
That was like I'm like looking at him like that's the one where it really stuck out that he didn't. He
I
didn't
mean-
learn to like it that much. I was like, oh.
Yeah, because I
remember that.
I don't know. In-Betweeners wasn't great, but I got into it. And Trailer Park Boys, I didn't really love, but it was all right. But I just couldn't get into Trigun. That was the only thing. It didn't hook me. I just generally like things, so most of these picks, if it's something, because we pick movies that we really like, except for the ones we decide on that we hadn't seen before, like ABC's of Death, but. Or when you blindly picked what's that one?
Oh, it was
Time travel.
Safety Not Guaranteed.
Safety Not
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Yeah, you blindly picked that one, but it turned out to be a good one, and I had seen that one already. So those ones get lucky, but usually we pick something that we really love and want to share with other people and talk about. So it's if one of you guys are gonna like this, I'm probably gonna find something I can like about it. So I like Trigun's not terrible, and there's things that are good in it. It's just not my favorite thing in there.
I can't believe out of all these he chose In-Betweeners.
Yep.
So how about you?
Let's see. Primer was horrible. The Artist was horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't like all the cock and Irreversible, but still.
I really
enough
love
to
that
watch.
film. Like it's the.
But you're
it's
like,
a great film.
But, and then the Phantom episode.
Yeah.
No Country. What is that stupid song?
There will be
There will
blood.
be blood.
Oh, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah,
one of
who would
those
like
three?
that episode? Nominated for many Academy
Which
Awards.
one of those three? Primer, Artist, and There Will Be Blood.
Yeah, what's
You
your
gotta
worst
pick
of all of
one.
them?
You gotta pick one.
If I had to say, I'd probably choose Primer. The most boring out of them.
So
Oh.
Primer, winner of the Palme d'Or, I believe, or at least tons of awards in Cannes and Sundance. And then the Artist, Academy Award Best
It was
Picture
close with the
winner.
Artist. It was really close
There
with
Will
the
Be
Artist.
Blood, nominated
One
for
awards
many-
as well.
They
yeah,
were all really close, like so close.
award-winning films. Not your favorite.
Primer blew it away when they were just talking about shit, and I was like, I don't care about any of this.
It was
It
Primer.
doesn't matter.
Primer is a very independent and very
It's super independent.
like discussion based
Yeah.
time travel film, and they, as Tristan was saying, your brother who
Yes.
picked that movie, he was saying how they don't dumb it down really.
Yeah, they
It's-
don't, and that's why he appreciated it. Is
Yeah.
because like he would listen to that. And
'Cause
go,
he
oh my
was
god, they're actually talking about
So
shit."
simplistic
Yeah.
and stuff, or you make something up like a flux capacitor. It's
Or like a tortoise. Yeah.
There's a new movie that I just saw a trailer for that's produced by Michael Bay, but it's not directed by him. So I still hold hope out for it. I mean, it's not Transformers, but it's a time travel movie, and it looked somewhat reminiscent to Primer in certain ways, but not entirely. And not anywhere near, but in the idea of time travel. But my thing is, if a movie is about time travel, I'm going to see it, because I love time travel.
Yeah, time travel's been a very popular topic for
Yeah.
us, I believe.
And it's been getting more popular in film nowadays, and
Looper.
Freebirds just came out, which
Was
does time travel, going back in time to stop turkey from being served at Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, now I don't have to see it. Thanks for
Looper, which came out was it last year? I don't know. That one was actually had the guy who created Primer was a consultant on the film, time travel consultant.
I can see that, the way they go on a little thing and all that.
Yeah, they at least they think about the time travel, and it makes me laugh though because some people get talked about as this guy really knows time travel. He really knows it, and if he really knew it, it'd be possible.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to do it. Like it's still a sci-fi thing. It's like someone being an expert on vampires. You can be well versed and really thought it out, but it's still not real. So you're not really that much of an expert, but it can still be entertaining. So great to watch those ones. Let's see. Well, unfortunately, I can't see how many views.
They're an expert on their own version of time travel.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
by the way,
exactly.
In-Betweeners had a nice
72
amount of
views. I mean, compared to the other ones, that one had a good amount of them.
It was one of our more
In-Betweeners
popular
is a-
episodes.
It's a popular show in general.
I'm not trying to say.
I was excited that I think we all kind of gave thumbs up on Clueless.
Yeah.
That's
That
what
was-
I was gonna mention.
I mean, I wasn't even expecting that in just watching it myself that would
Uh,
I would liked as much because it had been a while since I'd seen it.
so that's,
And I didn't expect to.
oh, yeah, do you guys have any
much.
surprises? Like for me, that was a surprise.
Now I'm also surprised. Well, in this episode, that Jingle All the Way didn't make it on either of your worst lists.
No, because I mean, it's
that I
bad,
have to
but
say
it's.
I am surprised.
I think that's the thing. It's bad, but it's not. It's still got some of that childhood connection to it.
like that's
I'm
telling
watching
me
that.
that you think Trigun is worse than Jingle All the Way.
Because I couldn't connect to Trigun. That's the thing.
And-
Jingle All the Way I could connect with.
like to me, I'm like.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's worse. I know that it's not worse.
Yeah. In Jingle the Way, I could like kind of Mystery Science Theater it myself, like just sitting there
Laugh
watching.
at it.
Oh my
I
god!
see
enjoyable
what
to
you're
laugh at,
saying,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So you
Compared
enjoy
opposed to
watching it.
Primer, where I just was like,
When is this over?
I guess that makes sense because
Yeah.
it's kind of the same for me. Versus like, in between is I just couldn't do anything with. I couldn't enjoy it in any way.
oh god,
So good.
How Beer Saved the World is another popular one on our videos.
Yeah.
Our views.
In between,
Oh,
Irreversible. In-Betweeners are reversible. Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park
How Beer
Boys.
Saved the World.
Ip Man was a really great one. I
Four
really liked that
four
one.
Rooms and Clean Flicks also. But those ones really early, so I'm not sure.
Ip Man was one that was on my list for a while, and I hadn't seen, and I was really glad to watch that one. And
That movie's bomb.
yeah, no, it's
That movie's so good.
very
It's alright.
well received.
I forget what our other. I know we had all 5-star. One of them was Eternal Sunshine.
Yes.
And there was another one. I can't remember what it is though. And I didn't have time to troll through all their everythings.
It's probably Batman.
I think Trading Places was all 4 stars, was it?
Yeah,
Stuff like
it was
that.
all 4.
But was it something recently?
I think it was after Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. There Will Be Blood? No, it wasn't that one.
I mean, there's The Road potentially.
Maybe the
Pianist.
It could have been The Pianist.
It could have been The Pianist.
I don't know. I can't remember if I got that one.
I think we all loved The Pianist.
Who doesn't love pianists?
Well, it was. I really like doing ABCs of Death because there's so many different segments in there, and so we get to see where we fall and agree on those ones.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a microcosm of our entire show to see how each of us differs on what we like and don't like in them.
I did think, like, going through all of them, like, that there was really good variety in everything that we had, too.
I found it interesting since our format change as well.
I was just gonna comment on for me.
Yeah, I don't know if
That's one of my things.
I don't know. I don't know how people are watching these episodes because the extended seem to have more views than the.
That's what I saw, too.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
and I don't know if
didn't
that's
think-
their. I don't know how the views work on this, and I don't know how anyone's watching this at all. But
Yeah.
the extended isn't the complete episode with the beginning part and it's just the continuation.
Well, it's all our extra babble and
Yeah.
bullshit.
Maybe they just don't care about what we
It
think
might
about
just
them.
be more interesting, you know?
To me, it's more interesting because I like the getting in depth and the talking about that. When I watch other shows, I'm always interested in the more in depth part rather than just the basics.
Yeah.
But
might
I
just
don't know
be-
why you wouldn't watch the first one and watch the other ones.
Gotta create a list for our extended stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Or something.
So yeah, I think it's good that we did some shorter episodes now, like have it more condensed.
Yeah, I think it's there have been more views since that's happened, like in general. I think
Yeah.
because like the ones before that were all lower.
Mhm.
Than-
Except for like the special the ones that
Or
people
Trailer
really
Park
want to.
Boys.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys.
And then we have our
that.
2 random bonus footages of eating weird food, chocolate hot dogs, and
Yeah, I kind of
Milk-
miss doing those ones. But
milk and cookies.
that was really when it's inspired by something in there, and our the first couple picks. Although in Old Boy we didn't eat any live octopus or
Yeah,
live squid. You broke this.
I didn't touch anything.
we could have set your walls on fire for Barton Fink.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Well, we did that, we didn't film that one, but that happened. Maybe we could have just put it in the background. Yeah, I had fun playing with those. You completely broke this. I'm so mad at you.
Do not. Or do not.
Alright, so, yeah. What we do have at the end of this, I'm going to put in what footage we have from our missing episode.
That's right.
Alright.
Yeah, that's, which episode number is that now?
It's 38.
38. Episode number 38. If you've noticed, looking at our stream, there's a missing episode there because Tony's hatred for that movie destroyed the footage. Like, he couldn't capture it. It was unable to be
The
captured.
file was right there, and he just hit the delete key out of a Twitch.
Yeah. So we've got a little bit of footage from that that we managed to save.
And some audio. No.
I think it's just the
Oh,
video
just
on that
video.
one. And well, there's audio with the video, but yeah, no extra of that. So we'll put that at the
Our
end. of this
videos
one.
now come with audio, folks.
Woo!
We're moving on it.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that one at the end of this.
Yeah.
And I believe it's your pick for the next one then.
No, I was thinking.
Which we have no idea what you're gonna say.
Malkovich.
Yeah, I'm glad that we hopefully understand what you're saying with that. Yeah, because that could be confusing.
Malkovich?
All right. Hopefully we'll be watching Of Mice and Men next week, starring John Malkovich.
Yeah.
I wish that. I don't think that's available on Netflix in some watch.
It was at one point.
Maybe.
A long time ago.
Long time ago, sir. Back in the early 40s.
Guess I could be clear.
All right. You could be a little clearer.
Being John Malkovich.
All right. Yeah. So we'll discuss that next week, and stay tuned for bonus footage of There Will Be Blood. Thanks for watching all of our 50 episodes.
Stupid movie.
Okay, so
We're talking about how horrible
Kara.
this movie is.
And I can't believe you gave it a 1!
And the walking, more walking than Lord of the Rings. There was literally probably more walking scenes than Lord of the Rings.
no, if you include the horseback riding, then sure.
Well,
But if you go director's cut, okay.
This was the director's cut. I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody cuts from Bob Dylan.
Come on. I just don't. That's just one's too
crazy.
far.
I told you 1.2 because he was talking shit in front of the dead.
It's too far. What did Netflix think that you were going to give it?
4.9.
It thought
yeah,
it was
that's
gonna
right,
be like a
4.9.
4.9.
Netflix knows you better than you know yourself.
Yeah. Because you gave the
something
road
had-
a 5.
Something had to be going on in your mind that poisoned you to not like this in some way. I don't know what it is.
I had a great time before that.
Was it-
and I was
this
like,
is-
let's sit down and
Last week we said the movie and we were talking about it afterwards, and you said that I love that, love it, and love Daniel Day-Lewis. You said that, and he heard you before he left, and that's when he just said
Maybe it was-
1 star. This is gonna be a 1-star movie.
Steffan loves
this.
I need to hate it. And it's just...
You can't
that's
do
not
that.
why.
This wasn't his pick. This was my pick.
That
You
had
can't
nothing to do
one-star.
with it. Right away, it was like, what is this supposed to be? 127 days or whatever the hell, except
There
worse.
was a 227 hours moment in the fall. It felt like that at one point.
And I was just
like,
right from the beginning, they had the music, and I was just annoyed. I'm like, why didn't you take out your tools first? Like,
they're not doing it right.
yeah.
But then it's so wrong. Can't imagine. How could you not like this? You make me sad. All right.
I just can't imagine the 1. That's yeah.
This is just because there was literally
any other star rating out of my
there was almost no enjoyment for me. That's why, almost none. There was little scenes like when the kid.
But the thing is like for me, like 1s are reserved for movies where this doesn't even like make a movie. Like this, it feels like it's working against everything that like the movie should be trying to do. And it's just like if I hate a film, I can still give it a 2.
Mm-hmm.
If I recognize that okay, this still makes movie sense.
No, I'm not going to do it by that. I rate it by how much I enjoy it. And
Yeah,
there
you
was
say you never
no
want to see
enjoyment.
anything like this ever again. Nothing like this. Which includes so many great things.
I just think that you're ruining your own Netflix account, but that's just that's just me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Destroying it. There's gonna be. It's now just erased all these great movies that you'll never get to watch. Because it's like, well, we'll just cross those off. He never wants to watch this, and it could be your favorite movie ever that you're never gonna get to watch now. I don't know.
Or it could keep me from wasting another 2 hours and 38 minutes of my life on something similar.
You're ridiculous.